Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. Yes, and I want to welcome everyone who's here in the room and everybody who's here on YouTube. And we get to sing first off, so go ahead and stand up for our first two community songs.
We got another one for you.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me, everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to behold about what lies before me, everything I need to behold about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. To be at peace, everything I need to be at peace about what lies before me, everything I need to be at peace about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me mind of God within me.
To be strong.
Everything I need to be strong about what lies before me. Everything I need to be strong about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me.
Everything I need to know.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me.
Thank you guys. That was so, it's always good to open up with a song. So I want to welcome everyone who's joined us on YouTube and here in the room. Hey, and happy Mother's Day. I mean, I'm not a mother, but I had one, you know? So it's like, yes, 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 yes. And I'm grateful to my sister for doing that part. I didn't have to do it. Okay. So good morning to everyone. I'm Reverend Madalyn Wade, and I appear here occasionally, and I'm honored to be here. I've been here like forever. Anyway, it's my pleasure to tell you who we are. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. All of it. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science of mind. And we engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. You never know what's going to come out. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves and to each other and to the world. And we experience meaningful contributions through generously giving of our time, our talents, and our treasures. We intentionally promote our community and its teachings. And now, Lanny gets to light a candle. We'll do our inclusion lighting ritual, and Reverend Lanny is our practitioner for today. Oh, they're fire. She's got to get the fire. Yeah, she comes up. And as we light this candle, we celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all of life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen, to remind us of the light of spirit within each and every one of us. So breathe that in, the light of spirit within you. So what's alive in you today? What's going on out there? Joy. Gratitude. Sunshine. Happiness. Gratitude. Grief. Oh, okay. Health. Mm-hmm. It's hotter too. Higher temps. Beauty. Love the poppies. Gardening. Gardening. Okay, cool. Yeah. And it's grief. I miss my mom. She's been gone a long time. Yeah. And other people too. Whew. Okay. No, it's all good. I may cry. I may laugh. I mean, you know, I go off track. You know, it's all that stuff. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. Okay, so I want to remind us, especially on days like today, that we are a praying community. So if you have anything you want prayer or a raising of consciousness around, it could even be a celebration of gratitude. Go ahead and fill one of these out. They're in the seat backs, unless you're in the front row. There's also some over there to the left of the door. And if you write them up and put them in the little wooden box, then we pray on them all week. So do it. And if you don't, it's like, okay. Yeah. So we want to welcome any guests. Anyone here for the first or second time? No, you don't count, I'm afraid. There are people who are blessing us today who I haven't seen for a while, so it's great. So, and we welcome, someone might be on YouTube that I don't even know, so welcome to coming here. Yes, yes, yes. So I would like to invite our announcer up. Maxine's going to give us the announcements today. Oops, Mike. Yes, there you go.
I probably don't need it. Hi, my name is Maxine Cosby, and I'm here to read your announcements for the week. Our magazines, which is Science of Mind magazines, they have come in. So if you want, May and June is here, and you can start and I have to catch up because I did miss the first 5 days. If you're interested in serving our center's congregate care with congregants with compassionate care, we have a sign up in the foyer, and you can also talk to Reverend Julia about that. If you'd like a prayer partner for the week, there's a sign-up list in the foyer, and then connect with another person on the list after service to support one another. Yard beautification, people are still needed. We need the volunteers to sign up, and there's a pink sheet in the foyer to help put your name down to help volunteer in our garden. It's looking better, but we could use some extra help. Please help set up the keyboard for the Peace Choir after service, and you can find Zoom links and details about all of our announcements in the weekly newsletter and on our website, crcenter.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Maxine. And now I'm going to turn it back over to the musicians. So we have another community song. Why don't we stand up? I just think the energy, yeah, Maxine, you can handle it. It's just, but if you can't and don't want to, it's okay.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the strength. We let the strength wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Oh, we let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it
Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Lanny Howard. I'm the Minister Emeritus here at the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And I am going to give us our sacred reading. And this is a poem from Mary Oliver. Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. O good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. The prayers that are made out of grass. So when you see the grass flowing in the wind, it's beautiful. We see the poppies out there, so beautiful. All right. Do not want to spill that. Okay. So we're talking about our community value of authenticity. And so what do we mean by authenticity? We mean, being ourselves, speaking about what's going on for us, sharing with each other. And when I was thinking about authenticity, I was thinking about little ones, little toddlers, little kids. They tell you right away if they're unhappy. They tell you if they're joyful. I mean, they experience that joy. You watch that joy. You see that, curiosity, that just ability to speak whatever is on their mind. They're absolutely being authentic with what's going on with them at that moment. If their diaper is soggy, they'll let you know. If they're hungry, they will let you know. So, they demonstrate being authentic. And we all get drummed out of that authenticity as we go through life. We have to be this and that and the other thing. But then you get to be an elder. And guess what? You get to be authentic again. So you just get to share, you just get to tell people, as a friend of mine says, you meet each other and you get the organ recital. Oh, this is hurting and that's my gallbladder, blah, blah, blah. But, we share authentically about what's going on with us. So that is our community value for today, authenticity. So now I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times, and after each bell ring, I'm going to start an Om. We'll do that, and then we'll go into a meditation for 5 minutes, and I will bring us out with a prayer. how good it is to know that there is a power for good. The power that created the universe with all of that order, all of that beauty, all of that creativity, all of that harmony, all of that wholeness, all that mathematical precision, that infinite intelligence, that infinite love, that infinite life that is everywhere. And so I know that it's here now, in and through me, in and through each and every one of us, incarnations of that same source, that same intelligence, that same infinite mind. And so I accept and know for us that opening to the realization of what we value in our lives, so that we may focus on what it is we value. We may give our loving attention, our loving awareness, our skills, our talents, our treasures to that which is what and whom we value. And that we are all blessed to be with one another today. I am grateful for the musicians. I'm grateful for the technical staff. I'm grateful for everyone who volunteers to make this time together possible so that we may experience that spiritual connection with one another and sharing in that realization of the infinite source. And so I know that we are all blessed and a blessing by this moment that we have together. And so I give thanks. I give thanks knowing that it is good and very good. As I release it into the law, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this energy, to this intention, and makes it so. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is. Now I'm going to say the value, our affirmation. I will say it once, and then I'll invite you to say it with me. I live from my values in ways that enhance my life and the world around me. I live from my values in ways that enhance my life and the world around me. And so it is. Now we're going to have some more music.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Picked a perfect song for today. Hello, I love it. That's cool. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Marilyn, Shauna, and Dawn. Thank you, thank you. Oh yes, need these. Okay, yeah. Oh. Whew. Yeah, what to say today? First off, I want to thank my mother, and I'm wearing one of her bracelets because she helped me form my values, and so did my dad, because when we're little, stuff goes in our heads, and sometimes we have to get it out later, but, you know, it's like, yeah. But so it's like, where are your values leading you? Are you aware that you have values? Do you know what's going on in that? Or like sometimes like me, I'm on autopilot. And if you are aware and awake, you're much more powerful than if you're quiet. So it's like another way to look at it is, where am I spending my time, my talents, and my treasure? What does my day look like? What do I do? And then how do I feel at the end of it? Do I feel like, that was a great day? Or it's like, gee, what the heck happened? It's like, I don't know what happened. So our values impact our choices, what we decide to do every day. And it's whether we tap into that wellspring of joy and meaning in our lives by following our values, or if we get off track, or if maybe one of our values needs to be readjusted. It could be that too. So it's really a key. It's a lighthouse going to what you need to look at, or what is calling you, what is coming forth authentically as you. So Ernest Holmes tells us that releasing the weight of past limiting beliefs and judgment frees us up to rise in faith, which is mental assertion elevated to the plane of realization, which is another way of saying what you think of, what your beliefs, your judgments, your thoughts, your feelings are about. It's what you're going to live. It's like, is my life reflecting what I truly want or not? And you have the power to change that. You have the power to pay attention to different things. Oh my gosh, I turned off the news. I decided not to listen to that or watch it. Certainly I don't watch it. Occasionally I used to listen to it. But these become the guiding principles of our daily lives, what we do, what our strengths are. And do I focus on trying to do more and more work? Sometimes, or less. But how about if I just do what's fulfilling to me? Because that could mean a lot of stuff, it could be not that much. But what's fulfilling to me? What's lighting up myself? What's bringing me alive? And then when you know that, your passion goes up. What you want to feel is like, oh, I don't even have to worry about energy. It's just there because I'm so engaged. I'm so excited. I'm so like, yes, I really want to do this. I can't wait to see so-and-so. I can't wait to play together. I can't wait to go for a walk. I can't wait for, depending on what it is. So the passion, it's like, I like it when it's a full body yes. It's like there's no doubt in my mind, yes, I want to do that. And then sometimes people will come and offer you something and you're going, no. And listening to that, you're using your values. Oh, I can hear the geese. Sorry. Or maybe it's chicken. Well, see, a geese is more romantic. But anyway, so our beliefs are a part of that too. And they frame our values and defining our values. And we prioritize, what do you stand for? Sometimes it's like, we don't think about it. We're so busy doing stuff. What do we aspire to? What do we want to live? How do we want to live? In high integrity and authenticity. I loved what Lainey said. When I was a little kid, I was very authentic. Then I took on the mantles of different roles that I was in. And now I'm very irreverent. I will say what I think, and I don't care what you think. And I don't know, maybe it's because, I don't know. It is a shift within me. I know I felt it. So it's really important to be aware of what your values are. Are you living that life? Are you living the life you want to live? Because, it's like we've got this one, and we get to live this one and live with the sparks of inspiration within us. So, do you question your beliefs? Do you ever think about them? And then there's different levels. There's our personal beliefs, our personal values. And then there's the collective. And Reverend Lanny just reminded us about the collective values of the Sierra Center. And you saw them projected up on the screen. So authenticity was the one for today. But every week we go through them, the 7 of them. Gratitude, community, love, inclusion, service, integrity, and authenticity. So the values of the individuals goes up to a larger collective, and then it goes up to a bigger collective. And I have an opinion that right now some of our values are misplaced in this world. And I think it's important to look at the values and pay attention to that. So Brene Brown, who hopefully all of you have heard her name before, says integrity is choosing courage over comfort. It's choosing what's right over what's fun or easy. It's choosing to practice your values rather than simply professing them. So living your values. And your core beliefs, it's your soul. It's that essence within you. And I know and accept that there's different kinds of ways to look at core beliefs and values, different phases of life. People have got intentions in that silver box. You could say that is part of their values as well. And if you haven't filled out your intentions for the year, you can put them in an envelope with it self-addressed to you. You can still do that and put it in the silver box so that you're putting it out there, what you want, what your dreams, your goals, your values, your inspired value-led life is like. So I don't know how many of you, because of the timing, have gotten your Science of Mind magazine. Mm-hmm. So good to great to grand is the theme for today, this month. But what's really cool, and I know somebody in this congregation asked for it, and so here it is, there's an article in here talking about the 4 kingdoms. And so it's on page 12. So the kingdoms relate to the values as well. So you've got the first kingdom. There are kingdoms of consciousness. There are 4 of them. The first one is victim. Everything's done to me. It's like, oh God, it's out of control. I'm not responsible. It's just awful, and and you have the depression and all these wonderful stressing things that happen with that. And you also probably don't have a clue about your values. You're not paying attention to your values. And kingdom number 2 is co-creating. So you're aware of the law in action, the law of mind. You're aware of that, and you know how to manifest things. You know how to be, that the power of the word shapes your life and stuff. It's like you got it. like, I kind of got it. And you're awake to your values more. Most of the time you go, I'm going to value this over that. I'm going to value doing service over playing a video game or whatever it is, or watching a movie, or I'm just naming I don't do video games, but I do movies. But anyway, and then kingdom number three is you're surrendering to spirit. There's a beyond the good to great. There's that bigger picture. It's the divine flowing through us. And I know what my values are. And I know that Spirit's supporting me in living those values in the world. It's a greater level of acceptance. And it's a surrender. It's a not saying, well, I want, the old joke is a parking space, right? That's when I was an early practitioner, it's like I would manifest parking spaces. And I lived in Walnut Creek at the time, so parking spaces were small. Anyway, so it's important. It's like, yeah, I could do that. But now it's like there's a greater good. There's something beyond that. It's that collective, honoring the highest and best for everybody. Knowing that that's what our birthright is. We just don't claim it very often. Or more of us need to claim it, is my point of view. But you have a clarity about your values. You know what's important to you and what you live. And then there's the fourth kingdom, which is oneness, that mystical consciousness, where there is no boundary anywhere. You're living as spirit. Now, all four of these kingdoms were brought forth and codified, or whatever you want to call it, by Lloyd Strom and Marcia Sutton. And the article in the Science of Mind magazine is by Joanne McFadden. And she gives some examples and things. But you don't achieve one kingdom and stay there. Hello, within the space of an hour, you can be in all three or all four. It's like, yeah, I can't find a parking space for anything. And then guess what? I'm a victim. It's like, whatever, can't do that. Or I'm trying to think of one that just happened, where I just went, gnashing. I say bad words. I don't know about you. So if I say a bad word, it's like, oh, that's a clue. Which kingdom are you in? Yeah. So I dance around. I like to stay in three, where I see the greater, the bigger. That's one of my goals, and to get to four occasionally, which actually often happens when I'm out in the world, in nature. But anyway, so you can bounce around. It's organic, it's dynamic, all that's happening at the same time. But I want to talk about how we can reveal our true values, how we actually, because we may think we know, or we may have them from historical. It could be, Mom gave me these. This is, family, love, being nice to your sister. That was one of my mother's. She valued it. Anyway, but how do you live each day? That's one thing to reflect upon. How do you live each day? What is in your day? Who do you look up to? Who do you think, wow, they are the coolest person. I so admire them. They are just amazing. They inspire me. Who are those people? And then I'm giving you homework. So there's a value exercise, and I've got handouts over on that table for every one of you, so you can take it with you. And there's the values are on this side of the paper, so you'll get the values. And there's directions and stuff. And there's a huge list, as you can see. You get to pick only 15. And then you need to go down to 10. And then you need to go down to 5. What are your core values? What is important to you? So that's powerful. And I did it, and I only got to 10. I can't do anymore. And then, so that's one. And then the second one is, it's on the internet, and I gave you the website. And it's from the VIA Institute, and it's Values in Action. And it's based by Martin Seligman, he's one of the gentlemen. And they're into the science of values and strengths, how important the science is on an individual level and also on a global level. And so I gave you, I have any control, but I would love it if you guys would check it out, because this is what they believe. I wanted to share this. We believe that the rigorous scientific pursuit to understand the range and dimensions of human goodness, e.g. character strength, is key to generating discoveries and strategies for improving the human experience that will enable and encourage the development and use of tools, practices, and methodologies that will, and this is important to me, will fundamentally shift the trajectory of humankind toward the better. Will fundamentally shift the trajectory of humankind toward the better. So our individual values matter because they rise up. We rise up. And it's our character. And they've got 6 different categories, but they've got, I think there's 24 different. And guess what? You can take a survey and it's totally free. And they're doing scientific work. It's on the handout, don't worry about it. So one of the categories is wisdom. One is courage. One is humanity. One is justice, temperance, and lastly, transcendence. It's rich stuff. And the one mind is working on it. So in essence, you're taking a values in action inventory. And it's just, yeah. So some of the strengths that I came up with from the questionnaire was, one was love of learning, because you look at my life and it's like, she's a perpetual student, yeah. Gratitude, love, and spirituality. You will have your own unique grouping, and you get to decide whether you live it or not. You get to look at that. And then I can't help myself, but inspiration from others. And there's somebody in this room who inspires me so much, Reverend Lanny. And she totally lives her values. She is tireless when she's working for the Citizens Climate Lobby. She cares so much about this planet and the beloveds on it. She's such a beautiful spiritual being. Thank you. And she's devoted to friends. She has a friend that over 50 years that she drives to the Bay Area to support her. And she's there available for love and light and prayer. And she's so involved in organizations that one of them actually gave her the Eleanor Roosevelt Award. And I didn't get, yeah. I didn't get to be there, which disappointed me, but yeah, she got an award for her recognition. Yeah, she inspires me. And then I realized she's walked in parades dressed as Eleanor Roosevelt too. It's like, I'm not going to go on because she told me not to embarrass her. Ha 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 ha. And I don't listen. Anyway, but the other thing that's so interesting is like, oh, Eleanor Roosevelt. That's another person that has inspired me in history. It's like, wow. Talk about a principled, value-driven woman. And there are people that you know personally or in history or whatever, or currently in life, that inspire you. And that's a clue for your values, because otherwise you wouldn't notice. Your antenna is seeing that. So Nelson Mandela is another one that came to mind. I was trying to think of some men, but sorry guys. It's Mother's Day, so ooh, okay. So, but who are some of your heroes? Who do you look up to? That's important. And the other thing I wanted to notice is that your values change over time. What you value when you're 20 is not the same as what we value now. Because I know that my valuing my health has increased a lot as I've gotten older. And before, I never thought about it. I took it for granted. But health is one of those things that has evolved. Yeah. So Brene Brown talks about, she calls it a disengagement divide. And that's what your values are and what you're living. And if there's a gap there, that's causing you stress, perhaps depression, upset, disenchantment, listlessness, all these things could be coming from that. And so there's a cost to not living your values. And lack of joy and meaning in your life, those things. So practical solutions. You know me, I said love of learning was one of my things. So in the last 2 days, I learned something that I want to pass on to you. And it's in a video, so you don't have to get it from my demonstration here. But it's important, it's fun. It's called neurographic art. So what you do is you take a piece of paper, and it could be a little tiny piece of paper, and you're basically just doodling. And what I did is I wrote the question on the back. What is mine to share? When I was working on this talk. And you just draw lines. So you just draw a line, and it goes off the paper. Do you see all that? This is simple. Okay, and then every place where there's sharp edges, you fill them in. So you're doing neuro lines, which is the connection between the conscious and the unconscious. Wow. And you're doing it without thinking. It's meditative. It's peaceful. And it's connection. And you don't have to be artistic. And you can be thinking about what you're questioning, or you could just be escaping from the world, or whatever is. Oh, Maya, I didn't want you to get left out. So it's just whatever it is. And it's just being meditative. Taking a stepping out for a few minutes and creating the connections. And then the next one, I asked, what is a value-led life? How may I convey it in an inspiring way? Because once you get it done, you can color stuff in. And it's just fun. And it doesn't mean anything. It's just the time. It was like a pause in the day. It's a meditation. It's another tool that we can have. And I love creativity. That's one of my things. So I had to share that with you guys so you can play with that. And like I said, there's a YouTube web tutorial on it with more information. Because it's all scientific, and the psychologists, they use it. It's art therapy, but it's like available to anybody and everybody. And it's so cool. It's so cool. So, the guy who developed it only did it in 2014, so it's relatively new. I'd never heard of it until a couple days ago. So what's his name? Pavel Piskarev. You don't need to know that. No, Piskarev. He's a Russian psychologist, architect, and creative entrepreneur. So, but if you Google it, for heaven's sakes, there's a zillion things. I pointed you to one video that I thought was really good on YouTube. and that's on the handout. But what's important for all I've said is what you do. What's your value? Are you curious? Do you want to know more about what your value is so that you can live a value-led life? Be passionate, inspiring to yourself. Have fun, joy. Light up yourself and others, or whatever turns you on. It's really in your hands. And I wanted to just give you some tools. So there's 3 over there, and I'm sure you'll come up with more. And I don't think it's going to work, but there's a song I wanted to share after service. But a lot of you have heard it. It's from Gary Lynn Floyd and Jamie Lula. And the song is, "I'm so grateful I'm alive." So there's a YouTube, and you could Google that too. And I play it in the car when I'm going somewhere, and it goes, poof. I can feel it. I probably go from Kingdom 2 to Kingdom 3. And it's just so grateful. So the music is key to it. Creativity, writing, whatever the creative part of you is. So I want you to celebrate that. So, you don't have to lie. You can tell me the truth. Is anyone going to do any of this? Okay, cool. And whatever you do is perfect for you. So thank you so much. Namaste. Now we get another song.
This is my back. Just in case.
You like this rhythm right here?
No, hang on.
Slower?
I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, yeah. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, yeah. In these moments I am given, in situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life.
I do what gives me life.
Hey, hey. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life.
I do what gives me life.
Hey, hey. In these moments I am given, in situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. In these moments I am given, in situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. I do what gives me life. Oh, I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. In these moments I am given, in situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free.
Thank you guys so much. Wow. Perfect songs. Yes. Yeah. So this is our time of conscious giving, and the prosperity affirmation is up there. So I'd like us all to say it together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and so it is. Oh, Javon's going to collect the gifts for us. Thank you. Not today. Thank you, Javon. Yes. Oh, gosh. I open up to the infinite power of love and light, that one divine source. And I know that each and every one of us are a channel for that love. We are spirit in human form having a spiritual experience. And we embrace our values. And one of our values is sharing and service and love. And I know and accept that these offerings are emblematic of that, and that it serves this community and the greater good in this other wider community. It's all good. It's all God. So grateful. So blessed. So, yes. So yes. The law says yes, and I'm grateful as magnificent things come forth. Extraordinary lives start here. I know and accept it with grace, love, trust, peace. I let it go. Thank you, God, and so it is. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I wanted to remind you of the prayer cards, and Lanny is available right after service for one-on-one personal, in-person prayer. So that would be awesome. So if you have a sadness or a remembrance or a gratitude that you want to speak of, definitely take advantage of that. There are handouts over there on the table. Take one. Even if you just want to look at the values on the other side, just not, there's plenty for everyone to have one. And I wanted to, anybody who's online, you can also go to the website, and then you can put in a prayer request. I wanted to remember that. And there's so many people to thank. Marilyn, Gail, John, and Dawn doing our music for us. Thank you so much. Yay. And Maya doing the sound. Thank you, Maya. Yeah. And Gary and Hillary on the technical team. There we go. And Javon was doing the greeting and the offering collection. Thank you. And Maxine did our announcements. Thank you, Maxine. Yeah. You know what? It's important to come forth. See, service might be one of your values. You don't know. And then, of course, there's our inspiration, or my inspiration. I'll claim it. You can claim it too if you want. Reverend Lanny. So it's all good. So I'd like to know what you're taking with you today.
And thank you, Reverend.
Yes. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So what do you take in addition to your handout? What are you taking with you today? Joy. Love. Inspiration. Pardon? Towels out of the bathroom. Humor. Humor is one of the values, for heaven's sake. And I venture to say someone in this room has it. Yeah. Anything else? Going once, going twice? Okay, we get one of these. What? Dance. Yeah, dance. Oh, look. Siobhan is passing out the handouts. Okay. Yeah, see, there you go. Okay, you cannot escape now. It's all happening for you. Yeah, it's all there. So everyone gets one. And you can always pass one on to somebody else, too. It's very fun. Ah. Yeah. Okay. As soon as we get done with that, we'll do the... Why don't you stand for the benediction, because that's what's next. Here we're going. And if you need more, I can always... it's on my computer. It's all good. Okay.
Thank you.
The benediction? Okay. And I will say it, and then if you would say it after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called love.
It's this thing called love.
It's this thing called passion.
It's this thing called passion.
It's this thing called inspiration.
It's this thing called inspiration.
I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I sense it. Because I am it.
Because I am it.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Yay!
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yes. Janae. Thank you. I didn't embarrass you too much.